back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trialling out the brand new concealer by Mercier. This is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. Will it be cakey? Will it be flawless? Will it go creasy under the eyes? Or will it be the best thing ever? If you're interested in finding out the results of the wear test throughout the day, then please keep watching. Okay, so let's have a look at the packaging. It's beautiful. It's just her normal signature design, very understated, very classy. It's actually a plastic bottle, this one, made to look like glass, but I actually prefer the plastic bottle because it just means it's far more robust. Okay, so when we open the product up, the wand is very flat and thin. You can get plenty of product on the areas of your face that you want to conceal, or you can get plenty of product on the back of your hand and use that with a brush. So I really, really like the applicator. Okay, so let's have a look at what it claims to actually do. It says it's medium to full coverage, it's got all-day hydration, it's crease resistant, fingers crossed that is actually true, with a natural finish. It says it's very, very lightweight. It's got blurring capabilities in there, so it actually smooths out your fine lines and wrinkles. They say it will last up to 12 hours. There are 12 shades, and it's £24 in the UK or $28 in the US. Okay, the shade I have gone for today is 2C. I think 2N would have been a little bit of a better match for me, but they sold out completely of 2N and 2W, so I was left with 2C. Let's see how it applies and goes on. I have zero product, no foundation, no nothing on the underneath of my eyes. I have foundation everywhere else but the underneath. Just put a very, very thin layer of product there, and let's see how the first layer goes on, and then we'll try and build it up. Okay, so first things first, it is a seriously lightweight formula, a bit more of a lightweight cream consistency rather than a runny liquid consistency. It's dried down almost immediately into more of a powder. This will be interesting to see if it sucks the life out of my under eyes, because obviously, when you hit a certain age, that is the worst thing on the planet. If it dries out your under eyes, it's a naff product. You don't want it anywhere near you. This feels really, really hydrating, and it looks amazing. Okay, let's see if this is buildable. I'm actually not going to put the second lot on my skin. I'm just going to put it on my hand and just take it on with a brush and dab that on a little bit more to see if we can build up a little bit of coverage. So it is definitely buildable to full coverage. This is the eye that I've done to full coverage so far. It's definitely not gone cakey. It's smoothed out my fine lines underneath my eyes. I don't feel like I've got any crepiness going on at all. It's not sat in my fine lines at the moment, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set one side and I'm not going to set the other. I know a lot of you find it really, really difficult. As soon as you put any powder underneath your eyes, you look like you're about 95, a bit of a crepey mess. So I know that my mum sometimes struggles with this, so I'm going to try one side with no powder and one side with powder and see how each side goes on throughout the day. I am absolutely loving how this looks. It feels so lightweight, and it actually feels cold under the eyes, which feels very, very refreshing and very hydrating. I have high hopes. I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on and see how that goes on, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so this is the finished look, nothing too glam. I am helping out a little bit later on at my kids' school disco. I'll probably be on the hot dog stand and smell glorious by check-in a little bit later on. The concealer has held up really well, although it started to crease as I was putting the rest of my makeup on, so I have had to set both sides. So I'm really, really sorry, but at least you know, within 5 minutes, it just started to move a little bit and sit in my fine lines and wrinkles, and I hate that. So I have set both sides, and both sides look amazing now. Really, really nice, very hydrating, very lightweight. Okay, so let me touch on this for just a second because I know that I'm going to get questions about this. A while ago I did a review on the Flawless Fusion foundation by Laura Mercier, and it was part of my Foundation Wars series. It versed against the Dior Undercover foundation. Now the Laura Mercier did not win, however, it was only because I thought the Dior looked a little bit more flattering on my skin at the end of the day. The Laura Mercier one was a little bit more drying and did not airbrush as much as the Dior. However, I did say at the end of that review that I would happily wear either foundation throughout the day or the night. They were both absolutely stunning. For the purpose of this review, I am completely discounting that I have done that review and the wear test on the foundation. I am viewing this product, the concealer, in its own right as a standalone product without the foundation. So I just thought I'd clear that up. I'm going into this with completely fresh eyes, with no preconceived ideas or thoughts on how this is going to wear throughout the day. At the moment, it's absolutely stunning, feels gorgeous on my skin, feels very cooling, feels very hydrating. I really like it. So I'm going to go and help out at the kids' school disco. And I'll be back a little bit later on to give you a little update. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the check-in. It's now been over 8 hours since I first applied the concealer. It's done really, really well. Now, I absolutely stink of hot dogs. I have been stood in a very steamy room boiling hot dogs for the last 4 hours. So I'm actually surprised that it's done this well. And I don't actually think that this is a seriously fair test. So I'm going to leave a comment in the description box below. I'm going to try this out again tomorrow. Look in the description box and I will give you an update on what I think about it tomorrow. Let me zoom you in and tell you how it's done today. Okay, so as you can see, there is a tiny weeny bit of creasing underneath my eyes. The concealer has settled into my fine lines a little bit, more so on this side, which is the side that I didn't set immediately. This is the side that I did the rest of my makeup and then realised it was creasing, so I set it very, very quickly. This is the side that I set straight away, which is actually done a lot better than this side. It's really not done badly at all, and I have put this concealer through the fight of its life today. I've really, really done it some damage, and it's still looking like this. So I am really shocked, but pleasantly so. Okay, so to give this concealer its credit, it stayed absolutely perfect for 5 hours. It was completely flawless, no creasing, no cakiness whatsoever. Usually when I put a concealer on underneath my eyes, I do put the MAC Prep and Prime in Bright Forecast on there as well to colour correct before I put a concealer on, and I haven't even done that today. This is so full coverage, it really is good, and it hasn't faded throughout the day. Some might split or go really, really shiny. This hasn't. And I've been boiling hot dogs for 4 hours. It's a lot thinner consistency than the Tarte Shape Tape, so I prefer it in that aspect. Seriously, seriously pigmented, definitely buildable. You can have this medium coverage if you want, or you can build it up to full coverage. Tomorrow I'm going to try it just as medium coverage and see if I get as much creasing, and the day after I will try it as full coverage again and give it another run through. This is seriously, seriously beautiful. And if you're not going to be boiling hot dogs for 4 hours, this would probably still look perfect on you. So definitely go out and get a sample and give it a go on your skin. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please do give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. There is a watermark in this corner over here. Please click on it. It will take you through to my homepage where you can subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to check the description box below in the next couple of days. I will put an update on there for you. I'm going to give this a really, really good run over the next couple of days, and I will put an update on there if my thoughts and feelings change, whether I still think it's an amazing product or whether it's still creasing, even though I may not have done very much throughout the day. So I will put an update on there. Please don't forget to check that, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!